This video is all about planning resources for Beast Academy Online. To get to the resources, you can sign into beastacademy.com, go to support, and then go down to planning. This page has some fantastic resources for teachers, administrators, parents, really anybody who uses Beast Academy Online with students. I'm currently logged into a teacher account, so your page might look slightly different, but it should have all of the same content. First up are the chapter overviews. There's an overview for each chapter, and we designed them to contain the most important information about each chapter. We know that teachers and parents are very busy and often working with students on many different subjects, and we think that reading these chapter overviews is the best way to prepare if you only have a little bit of time. They contain lots of things. They contain a sequence of related chapters so you can see the progression of different topics. They have a summary of the concepts and skills that are covered in the chapter. We go over the reasoning behind the choices that we made. We give suggestions for how to use the chapter. Sometimes we have sections such as encourage this, not this, explaining why we use the methods that we use. If you can also read the guide and do some problems to prepare in helping a student, then that's ideal. But if you're really strapped for time, then the chapter overviews alone are the next best thing. Next up on the planning page are the sequence documents. The sequence documents divide each chapter in Beast Academy into 10 to 15 parts, so you can figure out how to use those parts for your particular schedule. For example, maybe you decide that you're going to take about 3 weeks to go over a Beast Academy chapter, and you figure out how those parts fit into your schedule. So in the sequence documents, each part has a name, a category, a Common Core standard alignment, and the relevant components for the guidebook, the practice book, and Beast Academy Online. Please note that we put the guidebook section in the first part that it applies to, but the guide sections often go beyond that as well. So for the categories, lesson is going to be the most common one. Those are going to be the crucial core concepts that you want to make sure that you cover with students if you're using Beast Academy as a full curriculum. Those are the really essential parts. The other categories are optional but strongly encouraged. And the other categories are enrichment, puzzle, and challenge and game. And these categories are intended to help you plan. So for example, if you are a teacher who is using Beast Academy with some of your students for enrichment, or if you're a parent who's using Beast Academy in the evenings with your child for enrichment, then you're going to want to focus on the enrichment categories as well as the game, the challenge, and the puzzle, because those are going to expose your students to new topics and extra tough problems and accomplish your goal of enrichment. Next up on our planning page are the standards alignment charts. These show which Common Core standards are covered in which chapters in case you need that for planning purposes. So for example, the Common Core standard for grade 3, interpret products of whole numbers, is covered in our 3B chapter 4. So that's our BA level 3 chapter 4. Please note that our BA levels do not correspond directly to grade levels, so if I scroll down, I can see that our BA level 3 also covers some Common Core standards from grade 2, and if I keep going, it also covers some Common Core standards from grade 4. In general, our BA levels are more challenging than a traditional grade level, so for example, our BA level 3 is more challenging than a traditional grade 3. Last on the planning page are the placement tests. We recommend that a student who's new to BA begins in a BA level that is one less than their current grade level. So for example, if a 4th grader was new to Beast Academy, we'd recommend that they start in BA level 3. And the placement test here can also help you figure out where a student should begin with Beast Academy. There is a placement test for each book. All the placement tests for BA level 3 are in this same document here. And there are 3 chapters per book. So this placement test here that's trying to figure out whether a student is ready for Beast Academy 3A is trying to see whether they're ready for Beast Academy Level 3, chapters 1, 2, and 3. Each placement test includes instructions for administering. So here, Fiona's telling us the topics that a student should have down before beginning Beast Academy 3A. And it also mentions that A student should go through the test and answer the questions without help and without a calculator. And then you should check the student's answers and then let them get another chance to try. And as mentioned, there are answers and full solutions after each placement test so that you can check your students' work and figure out the best spot for them. As we add new resources, we will put them on this page, so please keep an eye out for any new resources that we add, and also please reach out to us if you have any comments or questions. This has been all about the planning page for teachers, parents, administrators, really anybody who works with students with Beast Academy, and thank you so much for listening.